Quit social media, start reading, wake up early, quit sugar, quit alcohol, take cold showers, work out every day. Welcome to monk mode. But wait a second, is this truly the key to self-improvement? Or is it just a recipe for turning us into exhausted, cold and sugar-craving zombies? Okay, so first let's answer the question, what actually is monk mode? In simple terms, it's a period of intense self-improvement and self-discipline, almost like hitting the reset button on your life. You say goodbye to distractions, especially the digital ones, and embrace habits that enhance your mind, body and soul. All this is inspired by, you guessed it, the actual monks who follow a disciplined lifestyle focused on spiritual growth. Now I know that for a productivity and self-improvement enthusiast like you and me, this may sound like a dream. It promises a break from the chaos of daily life. It's a chance to step back, reflect and work on your personal goals without interruptions. Who wouldn't want to maximize their productivity and minimize distractions? But is monk mode achievable, or is it as mystical as a stress-free Monday? I will argue that for the vast majority of people, it's not achievable. Let me explain. Okay, first of all, I want to clarify something. I'm not saying that monk mode will definitely not work for you, but I do believe there are some big issues with it, and just like my attempts to keep a houseplant alive, it's not always as easy and straightforward as it seems. Okay, so the first issue I see is the implied isolation. So monk mode involves cutting off social media interactions and maybe some unnecessary offline interactions to focus on oneself. But humans are social animals, we need interaction, even if it's just laughing at a bad joke from your friend who maybe had a little too much to drink. Extended isolation can lead to feelings of loneliness, which is not great for your overall quality of life. Next, let's talk about expectations. In monk mode, you are expected to stick with strict routines, avoid distractions, and basically be a productivity machine. But let's be real, some days it's a win if you can even match your socks. Expecting perfection is not achievable and also not that healthy. I know that right now you think that future you is going to be a superhero and do it all, but the reality is there is a big probability this is not going to happen. And then there is the potential for burnout. When you're constantly pushing yourself to the limits and setting high expectations, you might end up feeling absolutely exhausted, completely drained of energy like a phone on 1% battery, barely alive. Jokes aside, burnout is a serious condition you should avoid. The time you spend recovering from burnout will get you right where you started, and all your effort will be for nothing. Lastly, monk mode can feel like you're putting your life on pause. But life isn't a Netflix show, it goes on with or without you. You know, I see a lot of those ads online that go something like this. Disappear for 6 months, you will be ahead of everyone. Ignoring your problems, ignoring the people around you for focusing strictly on yourself will probably lead you to a very lonely future. And if you ask me, that's not a great place to find yourself in. Hey, if you're finding value in this video, please give it a quick like to help get it out to more people who could benefit from it. And also gives me a nice boost of motivation and self-esteem. Thanks in advance, and let's move on with the video. Okay, so if the monk mode isn't the solution, what is? Let's shrink it down a bit and imagine a mini monk. Or better, a baby monk that has pocket-sized monk practices. We are not talking about baby Yoda turning monk, but about a more manageable approach to self-improvement. The power of baby monk lies in small habits. Instead of suddenly waking up at 5 AM, try waking up just 15 minutes earlier than usual. Baby steps, avoiding the drastic change that might make you feel miserable. Small and constant improvements over time will help you achieve your end objective. Pocket-sized monk practices are all about flexibility. Some days a 2-hour workout sounds great, but other days a 30-minute walk may feel like a marathon. So let's say you have some kind of fitness goal. Set yourself a minimum task. If you are really tired, all you have to do is just a 1-minute workout. Just 10 push-ups, let's say. Adaptability and consistency is way better than trying to achieve perfection. The baby monk also values social interactions. Although it's a good idea to try limiting your social media interactions, spending time with your friends and family and laughing with them over a dinner party is the absolute definition of valuable memories. You are a social being, not a solitary monk. And finally, don't beat yourself up too much for getting into a rut from time to time. It's a normal human behavior and you can't escape it. The best thing you can do is to be at peace with everything that happens to you, and remember that self-improvement and trying to become more productive, it's an endless game that you'll play forever. I do my best to not talk about things I do not understand and did not experience. To be completely honest with you, I tried monk mode to see if it works, and surprise surprise, it didn't work for me. All the things I've talked until now are the conclusions I arrived at after this experiment. The thought of transforming yourself overnight is just an illusion that makes you feel good today. It steals the joy of tomorrow, and instead you will encounter disappointment. Disappointment brought by the fact that you weren't able to accomplish everything that you put on your shoulders yesterday. Alright, so I think you got the idea. In this mad rush of productivity positivity and self-improvement, it's easy to think that you're not doing enough, like you're somehow lagging behind. But remember that this is a marathon and not a race. In the grand scheme, it's these small steps, these little victories that add up and lead to big changes. And that's what baby monk and pocket-sized monk practices are all about. Not perfection, but progress. Not isolation, but balance. Not running away from life, but embracing it with all its challenges and joys. I really hope you found value in this video. If you did, please give it a like. And if you don't find me too annoying, please consider subscribing so you can see more of my content in the future. But until then, here's another video you might be interested in. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.